After a long wait, we finally had our budget today. And in that budget, which was finally tabled today at 4 p.m., we also had the immigration levels plan, which were very nicely snuck in there. The actual immigrations level plan will be announced tomorrow. I mean, the details of that will be announced tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So do join in again tomorrow for a live stream when we will unpack even more. But we do have the main body of this immigration levels plan. There are some interesting factors in there which will excite some of you. And I think I have to start by saying IRCC in some shape or form, and I want to kill myself because I have always been saying there is going to be no TR to PR. But somehow IRCC is playing a very wicked game with us, and they have, in this immigration levels plan, snuck in a small factor which says that there may be a TR to PR program which will be coming in. Now, hold on before you jump the gun and start jumping with joy, because the reason why I'm talking about TR to PR is because very quickly, very soon, you will start seeing those reels, those videos which will say TR to PR is coming. Everybody get ready, get your immigration results, get your IELTS results ready, blah, 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 blah. Please don't fall for that. Okay, I will explain to you what IRCC is talking about in terms of TR to PR. It is not that TR to PR which came to us in 2021. No, not at all. Not yet, nada, absolutely not. But it is in some shape or form a TR to PR program which will be coming to us. But before I get to that, there is also some good news for H1B workers. I mean, just when I thought that H1B is a dead, gone thing, finished, no more, not coming back, after last week's announcement in Britain, when Mark Carney was there, and he did mention something about H1B workers, and he has spoken about this earlier as well. So in today's plan, there is also announcement about H1B workers, which is also very interesting because these few things that I'm talking about have been specifically mentioned. Specifically, there is no mincing of the word. So while you are still wondering what this is about, let's jump right in without any further ado. Okay. This, what I'm showing you, is the document from the budget today that was announced. You can, I mean, it's a long document. You'll find the link in the description. You can find this. So there are two documents that I have. One is that what is on your screen right now, and second one is the also the. Let me just go right up so you can see what it is. It's the 2025 annual report to Parliament on immigration. This is what Lena Diab, our wonderful immigration minister, who's almost absent, never see her otherwise, but today we see her nice picture. She will be tabling this tomorrow at 11 a.m. in much more details, but I'm going to still go right at the bottom, and this is where it starts. So I have two of these, this one which is on part of the budget, and this one which has been formed to the report. So let's start by this one first. So first of all, the bad news. Let's go with the bad news first, right? The overall projected admissions and ranges for the temporary residents for 2026 is 385,000. You will say, what is the bad news? Well, the bad news is here. This was the number which was announced last year. For 2025, we had 673,000 temporary residents. Now, temporary residents is your workers and your students, all of that combined. So here you can see 367,000 workers, 305,000 students. This is what came into Canada in 2025. And that is a time when they also announced for 2026. And they said 516,000 people will be coming to Canada. But this report has been changed. This number has been changed. So now in 2026, you will only have 385,000 temporary residents. Now, the workers are pretty much the same. There isn't much change from last year. Last year, the workers were supposed to be 210,000 for 2026. This year, it's actually gone up by 20,000, 230,000. But the numbers of students have been drastically dropped. So the students were supposed to be 305,000. They have slashed it by 50% straight away. So the number of students, international students coming to Canada this year, I mean, when I'm saying this year, I mean 2026, will be only 155,000. Now, I do not know at this point of time if this number includes the extensions of or inside Canada processing. As of right now, it just says the number of international students that will be approved for 2026, 155,000. That should come as a huge blow to all those agents in India, in Middle East, everywhere else who are operating with some high hopes. So 155,000 is chump change compared to the fact that just a few years back, we had more than 700,000 who were coming in. So that number has drastically been reduced. So total number of temporary residents is going to be only 385,000, dropping well below 515,000 that was initially targeted. Coming to the permanent resident numbers, now this is what we are looking at. 2026, last year also 2026, if I look at the permanent resident numbers, was supposed to be 380,000. This year also it is 380,000. Not only that, for 2027, earlier last year when they announced, they said there will be a further reduction to 365,000. But now they are saying they will not be reducing that number further. It will stay at 380,000. Why? Because this forms less than 1% of total population in Canada. And they wish to maintain that. They wish to keep it, the permanent resident numbers at less than 1% of the total population, whereby the temporary resident numbers will basically eventually in due course of time will be reduced to less than 5% of the total population. So that is where they're trying to play around with. 380,000 is going to be the total number of permanent residents, of which economic immigration is going to be 239,800. The further details have not been given yet, right? You don't have the description, or rather you don't have the detail of what all is included in economic immigration. Now, last year, of course, economic immigration has all these sections, right? You will see the federal economic priorities. This is where most of you are interested in. What will be the new categories? How many people will be allocated over there, etc., etc. And then you have the in Canada focus, the federal business, the caregivers and the pilots, the AIP, PNPs. My interest is in PNP because I absolutely expect that tomorrow at 11 a.m., Lena Diab, when she will announce these details, you should see more details coming through with this breakdown of 239, and you would see the numbers of PNPs, which is supposed to be 55,000 as per the last year's. This number has to go up. Now, this is the amazing bit. The total economic immigration, it was supposed to be 229,000, was supposed to be, right? Even with the total of 380,000. But what they have done is that this number has gone up to 239,800. It has gone up by 10,000 people. It has gone up. Okay, this is where it will become very interesting. The actual total PR target is at 380. The economic has gone up by 10,000. The family has gone down by 4,000. Okay, it was 88,000 announced last year. It has gone down to 84,000. The refugees, protected persons, humanitarian and compassionate is now at 56,200. It has also gone pretty much at the same. So where is this number difference coming from, right? I'll tell you where. You see, this was two different numbers: 55,350 total refugees and protected, and 6,900 under humanitarian and compassionate. So this total number was roughly 62,000. This has now become only 54,300. That is one big difference. So that is pretty much where these numbers are being squeezed in. Sorry, here. I'm looking at 56,200. That's where it is being squeezed in. Now with this 56,200, and here it was supposed to be 62,000. That's where the difference is coming. But look at this: French, 9%. Total number of people who will be coming to Canada as francophones next year would be 30,267. This has also gone up, I think, from 8.5% now. 9.5%, 31,350. I'm sure they're going to be playing around with the same numbers. With francophone immigration, they are not going to give any leeway there. That number is going to remain very, very high. Now, what else are the interesting bits here? Well, again, there is a lot of data here. There's a lot of text here. But where is the interesting bit? Let me jump to this section. Now I have highlighted that for you so you can see that. The first one is, it talks about again the same thing. The numbers are 380,000. New plan will reduce the numbers of temporary residents, the blah, blah, blah. This recognizes the role of temporary foreign workers so that in 2027 immigration levels plan will consider industries and sectors impacted by tariffs and unique needs of rural and remote communities. Now, again, I hope Lena Deab will be able to give us more information about the needs of rural and remote communities. Is there something boiling in there? I don't know. We'll figure out tomorrow. Now, Budget 2025 also proposes a one-time initiative to recognize eligible protected persons in Canada as permanent residents over the next 2 years. Now, if you see the numbers that we have for protected persons, you have 56,200. It's a big block. Now, of course, as I said, these numbers are all distributed here. Humanitarian and compassionate grounds, that category has a huge backlog. It already shows that the processing times are more than 10 years. There are more than 70,000 applications in the queue. So when they are talking about proposing a one-time initiative to recognize eligible protected persons in Canada as permanent residents over the next 2 years, again, this one is going to be a very interesting one to watch out for, because who are they talking about? Who are they targeting? What will be the terms? What will be the conditions on this one? Very interesting to watch. But my friends, the big news of today, the TR to PR is here. This is the section which is talking about it. And it says, Budget 2025 proposes to undertake one-time measure. It's a one-time thing to accelerate the transition of up to 33,000 work permit holders to permanent residency in 26 and 27. Now, I do not know if this 33,000 is distributed between 26 and 27, or do they mean 33,000 in 26 and 33,000 in 27? I don't know. But because it says it's a one-time measure, I am going to assume these 33,000 are split between 26 and 27. It's going to be very interesting to see what they mean. They say these workers have established strong roots in their communities, are paying taxes, and are helping to build strong economy that Canada needs. Wow, this is going to be, I would be, of course, I'm like very anxious. I'm very excited to know about this one, because this I didn't see coming. I don't think anybody could have seen this coming. This 33,000 work permit holders to permanent residency, what are they talking about? Is it something in the same lines of TR to PR? Is it them giving a new name to, I don't know, to in Canada focus class? Are they trying to sort of, call CECs with a different name? Because this year, the number of CECs who are getting invited are pretty much less than 30,000 for sure, at least as of right now. So this 33,000, because if these are work permit holders, right? So they're not mincing their words. These are not study permit holders. These are not people outside Canada. So people, if you are outside Canada, people who are thinking they can be outside Canada, but hey, you wouldn't have got work permit anyways, right? Your work permit's expired. That's why you left Canada. So now this is going to be for those people who are definitely inside Canada, who are holding work permits, but it's going to be very interesting to see what would be their criteria, what would be their requirements. So don't jump the gun yet. Okay, this one we will have to have a bit of patience trying to figure out what this one is going to be and when this will be announced. But this one I am really looking forward to, because this one's going to be one interesting bit. And remember, this is a one-time measure. Okay, it's going to be only one time. It won't happen again, as they say. But then they say, right, never say never. And this will be to accelerate the transition. So fingers crossed. Let's see when this one happens, hopefully sooner than later. Okay, moving on. These targets keep permanent resident arrivals at less than 1%, as I told you. And then again, these are these temporary resident numbers. Workers, 230,000. Students, 155. We have more. Wait. Don't run away. Don't go away. And then again, a lot of text about foreign credential recognition, da da da, blah blah blah. Of course, they have to put in a lot of fluff there as well. A lot of funding being spoken about the foreign credential recognition action fund, which will allow more and more people to get their the accreditations, their certification, their licensing, so they can start working. But the interesting ones are coming here. The government is proposing a targeted one-time initiative. Again, these are all one-time initiatives to recruit over 1,000 highly qualified international researchers to Canada. Also very interesting. So this is, do you remember the last time we have spoken about the stakeholder meetings that were happening, where they were trying to identify new categories, trying to figure out new people who they want to bring in into Canada? And this is all about global talent, right? Attracting skilled workers, global talent, the international talent attraction strategy and action plan to, will position the immigration system to meet the strategic labor needs. Okay, I mean, all these big words, sometimes I can't even mouth them properly. Anyway, so 1,000 qualified international researchers to Canada, one-time initiative to bring them to Canada. Again, going to be very interesting. These paragraphs have all the different kinds of researchers. You have the Social Sciences, Humanities Research Council, Canadian Institutes of Health Research, etc., etc. Lots of them over here. They are also going to be looking to bring in top international doctoral students and postdoc fellows to relocate to Canada. So a lot of funding being provided over there. And as they say over here, additional details on the launch of the recruitment process. This will be recruitment. They might actually be bringing in people to work in Canada, then of course have a transition and a pathway to become permanent residents. But the big news, another second big news of the day, and this is as we have moved forward into this, and this is to strengthen Canada's innovative ecosystem, address labor shortages. I mean, do we really have labor shortages with 8-9% of unemployment in Canada? But hey, what? And to attract top talent in healthcare, research, advanced industries, and other key sectors in the coming month, the government will also launch an accelerated pathway for H-1B holders. Now, this is really, really huge, especially in the wake of things with whatever is happening right now in the US. H-1B workers over there are quite in a panic mode. They do not know really which way the horse is going to be, the camel is going to lie this afternoon, kind of a thing. And a lot of people are looking to find other ways and means. I've done so many consultations with people who are in the US trying to figure out a way to come to Canada. Until now, we didn't have much to offer to them. They had to either find a job offer, they had to learn French, they had to come to Canada to study. But now, this is making news again. In the coming months, the government will launch an accelerated pathway for H-1B visa holders. So if you are an H-1B visa holder, I hope you have a valid H-1B by the time this program opens. Again, I do not know the conditions, I do not know the terms, I do not know the criteria for this at this point of time, but this is one very, very interesting information here. Again, going back to this particular report, the link of this particular report is in the YouTube description box. You can always take a look over there. Don't have to go around looking for finding one, because the chances are that you might not be able to find the link that easily, because there are too many keywords that you will type in, but you will get all different things until this becomes very much more searched, and then you will be able to find the link. But you don't have to do that. It's in the description box. So that's basically it for today. That's it. You now have the whole skeleton of what the immigration levels plan are looking like. Tomorrow, 11 o'clock, Lena Diab will be giving us more details, probably, and I think we are only interested in this one at this point of time, right? This is where this number, when you get the breakdown of this number, that's when you will know exactly what they're looking at. Francophones are not going anywhere. That number will keep going up. Those numbers will keep getting invited. Of course, you know that already. My interest is in knowing how many PNP spots, how many have been taken away from the federal high skilled, are there any new categories, and those 33,000 TR to PRs, where are they going to get accommodated? Because until now, we didn't have that kind of category, right? We also did not have this accelerated H-1B category. These numbers have to be adjusted here somewhere, okay? Please bear in mind, economic immigration this year shows 239,800. Next year, it goes up by 5,000, 244,700. If you were to see this last year's plan, this economic immigration was actually going down from 229 to 225. So Mark Carney's government, or Lena Diab as an immigration minister, has actually managed to work the numbers in a way that are giving us a better number now. Uh, Interesting one, don't you think? Hey, after this video, drop a comment. Let me know what you think. What are you thinking about these immigration levels plan? Let me know what you feel. And tomorrow morning, after the announcement has happened from Lena Diab by around 11:30 or 11:45, we will jump right on another live stream and we will talk more about it in detail once we have at least a little bit more clarity, I would say, from the immigration minister as to what do they mean by this new tier to PR program which is coming through, by the H-1B workers, the new protected person thingy that they have, and of course those 1,000 researchers that they're going to recruit. All of this very exciting, I know. The numbers are pretty much in balance as we anticipated. We didn't expect any, I mean, we expected a little bit of drop, but not too much. So it's the numbers have remained balanced, but definitely the international students, oh boy, whoever was thinking of Canada, I guess you guys are going to have more refusals written on the study permits. You probably will have to find different countries now until Canada can balance out its entire study permit market. I do not know what's going to happen with the colleges and universities. Somebody out there is going to be really, really in a really puffed up state. Looking at these numbers, 155,000, this is a very, very small number compared to what Canada has been getting up all these years. But as of right now, that's all I have for you today to unpack in today's release of these immigration levels plan. Join me tomorrow again between 11:30 and 12. We will talk more about it once these details have been announced. Until then, stay care, stay forever hopeful, and good night.